Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Relatives, another exciting episode. I am here with my relatives sitting at our family table. I'm Kris.
I'm Barbara.
And I'm Carol.
And my daughter just came home from school. She goes to college, and she's sitting down with us. So we invited her to be our official first guest.
Ooh.
Carly.
Very excited.
Carly. Okay, so our subject that we are going to talk about is if you don't like your daughter's boyfriend or your son's girlfriend. With the holidays coming up, we thought it'd be kind of a nice topic to talk about. So, Barbara, my mother, what's your...
I think no matter what, if your daughter or son picked them, you should be the best that you can be. Because being mean is not going to change their opinion of them, or they're not going to or like them any less, and you might just push them to that person.
Because you mean your son or daughter will
Right.
be pushed to them and away from you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing. Oh my gosh. You never, ever want to happen, I don't think. Although some women relish on that because they want their children to be only with them and no one else, you know.
Carol, what
Yes,
do you say
ma'am.
about this subject, Carol?
Well, my question would be is do you not like him because he was just a person you don't like, or do you not like him because he caused you not to like him?
Okay, so there is is it because you don't like his character as a person, or is it because the way he treats your daughter or son?
Or treat you too.
That's a loaded question.
It is.
Carly?
I go off a really big, I'm a big person on first impressions. I think, because how I perceive things is, like, the way you want to present yourself to me is, like, how you're going to consistently do it in a way. Like, if, I don't know, I give, like, also second chances as well, but I think the way, when I go up and talk to someone first, I'm very sociable. I come up and say, hi, who are you? I state my name. I want to make a good impression on them. And if they don't particularly do that in front of me the first time, when will they ever do that to me?
Oh, you're saying if you meet a guy at school and he doesn't, like, say hello, how are you, and polite, you think that carries on to his everyday life.
Because that's your first impression with anything, with jobs, with meeting new people, things that you want to make yourself, like, known and make yourself accepting towards other people.
Yeah.
And especially when you're coming into my family, like, you better be coming up and saying, hi, like, how are you? This is my name, like, I'm her boyfriend or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want you coming in saying, like, oh, hey, like, what's up? Like, not being very, like, distant,
disrespectful.
not engaging. Yeah, disrespectful. That's just my take on it, but...
Yeah. I would think my number one thing is the disrespect. I like a guy, if it was one of my daughter's boyfriends, I like a guy to come in, shake my husband's hand, say hello, and be confident. Because when we were raising Jack, and Jack, I will say it again, is my baby, and he's in college right now, it was very important for us to teach him, when you're in a group of guys or whatever, you always shake their hands. So
And eye contact.
Yes. So when he would be, like, he played football in high school, and when he would approach a bunch of fathers or whatever, and my husband was talking to the fathers, he would go by his dad, but he would say hello to all the men and shake their hands and eye contact. And I think that's so important for a guy. For a girl, I mean, I just think the kindness.
I think people can be shyer, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like, that's their personality.
That's what I was just thinking.
And that's where I take an account of, like, I'm not gonna.
You think the guy should be?
You can tell. I'm sorry. You can tell between someone being shy and someone just being rude.
Yeah.
Like, someone's gonna be a little more closed off with their body. They're gonna be more aware of the surroundings. They're gonna be looking around. When someone's just rude, they're more like just slouched. They just have, like, a different look on their face. They aren't engaging in questions. As shy people, like, they may not say a lot, but they say something that's meaningful. When it's rude person, they're just like, they disagree with you right away, or they just like, I don't have a comment on that.
And I think there has to be a sense of, like, being nervous a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you first meet people, you're kind of, nervous.
I get intimidated very easily.
I know you said that. That shocks me, Mom.
So that's, I don't know, is that shy? I don't know what I am.
I would say I feel like you're more observant when you walk into a room. I feel like you want to look at your surroundings before you really engage with people. I, on the other hand, it's a challenge to me. I like going in and being like, I want to impress in a way, depending who it is. And I think that's just like personality, I'm very outgoing at that point. But so I don't really view my surroundings right away. I just look at the particular person. I'm like, okay, I want to impress them. And then I'll look at my surroundings and see, okay, what do I need to do next? Whereas shy people, I feel like, are more observant first.
Are you shy, Carol?
I am
I
shy.
mean, I don't see you because I'm a relative, so I don't really see you as...
I consider myself shy. I'm very within myself type. I guess look at the crowd and that.
Really?
And then I do select people I just want to talk to.
Oh, you select.
Yeah, I know there's people going to want to talk to me. That,
Yeah, you just stay here, please. Yeah.
I'm not shy with people I know, but if I don't know them or...
I know when you're uncomfortable. You say a line. And I know when you're uncomfortable and you have nothing to say or you're intimidated. I know what
I
you
get
say.
intimidated very
What did she
easily.
say?
Very good. She says it. Very good. They'll say something and she'll say, very good.
Oh.
Like in a repeated fashion, too.
Huh?
In a repeated fashion,
Yeah.
too. She'll be like,
Very good. And I'll be like, very good what? I mean, and so that's my signal that she either doesn't like the person or is intimidated. Now I know it's maybe intimidation, but you'll say that one line. Not that it's, but I'm just saying that's your mechanism of dealing with it. But
Now, my husband could walk into a room and he doesn't get intimidated by anybody. I don't even think the
Do you think it's the
president
man?
of the United States would intimidate him. No, was very
even
different.
in high school, even when you guys were young,
Yeah. Oh, his brother is very different. He would get intimidated. Nothing makes him bashful or...
It's kind of like a challenge to him. It's when he walks into a room,
yeah,
he wants to
nothing
impress.
ever. I mean, that time we went to Daley's inauguration, he talked to everybody there.
oh,
The
Mayor
chief of
Daley's.
police, all the aldermen, and so I just went into my corner and I says, "Go do your thing, but don't get me involved in it." And he worked the room. He's very good at that. Maybe that's why we're in business.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring this topic back up.
Okay, Carol, go ahead. Shoot.
If let's just say your daughter, we'll just use a daughter for instance, she meets a man and he's everything she dreams of. Maybe total opposite of what you thought she's looking for, but he just pinched her heart and she can't let go of him.
Okay.
And the more she loves him, the more she learns about him. And it turns out maybe he's not the person that her family would like, but
Okay.
she loves him dearly.
Okay.
So now she brings him home, knowing
Okay.
this.
What do you do?
And what do you do then?
Okay, wait a second. Now, before she brings him home, has at any point has she ever complained about him to you?
No.
Has
Let's just say you don't even
You
know
don't
him
even-
yet.
You don't even okay.
She's away at college. She meets this kid. And
Okay.
she falls madly in love with him. Total
Okay.
opposite what you think she loved, but she fell in love with him, and now she's bringing him home to you. And he's totally opposite of what anything you ever dreamt that she would be.
like
with.
you would know that in how
Yeah.
many minutes? 5 minutes?
Well, it doesn't matter, but now you know it.
What do you do?
Well, personally, as a more of a sibling route, I wouldn't take their appearance as something bad where I'm just going to right away judge them. I would go more of how they're going to treat me when they walk in. And then I'll
still
go
with
from
that.
there. Yeah, it's just the way you treat me. That's how I will treat you in a way. And
It's red.
you always have kind of been iffy about what my taste in guys are recently. Yeah, I feel because I feel very opposite of what you're wanting me to do. I want guys with tattoos. I love like more burlier, like taller guys, like bearded, kind of more intimidating in a way.
I don't mind bearded.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you don't like the tattoos. Like, I want him to ride a motorcycle. I love to ride a motorcycle. I want him to be, like, either in the military or law enforcement. Like, just very manly man. And I feel like that worries me if I ever came in with someone like that. Like, if you would ever judge. But I don't think you ever would. I think you're just going to take however he treats you
Exactly.
to heart. More importantly, not even just you, how he treats me your presence.
In your presence.
Yeah, I would never like because of looks and stuff. I mean, a tattoo.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I just like you're more traditional, and I know you've instilled that in us.
Yeah.
And I'm more of a traditional girl than I think most women are nowadays. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but yeah, I've very much changed the type of man I've been wanting.
Yeah.
And I know that would like kind of make you think, but I think it's just more you look more at the way they treat the person.
Yes, Mother.
I just have to ask this question as a grandma.
Yeah.
Do you mean one tattoo or that whole sleeve?
Oh, sleeve.
The sleeve?
Yeah.
Sleeve. Like Zach.
Like I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to a guy having a sleeve, if that makes sense. Like it's okay if they don't have tattoos. I don't care either way. But like if they have a sleeve, like I'm totally fine with it.
But they have to be like
Sentimental or meaningful.
Police. You know what I mean? They can't just be
I don't
like
want a dragon like up his arm. I don't want that, but more meaningful.
She likes the look of like a policeman or you know what I mean.
Well, I think now in Oak Lawn they're abolishing tattoos.
Yeah, they're putting up.
Really?
They have to wear a sleeve or anything that even in the summer they have to cover their tattoos, which I don't necessarily agree with because. I mean, that's someone's body. Like, it's not. It's just like how all these things in the society are now. Like, I don't think it's a big deal if they have tattoos. Like, is it really harming someone having their tattoos being seen? Unless it's like controversial tattoos, and I would say. But like, if it's just something meaningful, like a cross or someone's birth date on their arm, I don't think it's like a.
But you wouldn't mind the sleeve one.
No, I would not mind.
But my thing is I don't. It's not like I don't like tattoos. I just, your dad doesn't have tattoos. My dad didn't have tattoos.
Yeah. I think it's a big thing
will not
in
have a
society
tattoo.
now. People are totally willing to have tattoos.
That's how that's just I'm just old school. But yeah.
That's fine. That's
Carol,
fine.
do you like tattoos? And do you have a tattoo?
I don't have a tattoo, no, but my daughters do have tattoos.
Do they have
my
a
son doesn't have tattoos, but my daughters do.
Do they have a lot of tattoos?
Well, my daughter Megan, with her losing her father younger, what she did is on her arm. My famous saying is, I guess I can say this, is let go and let God. Mm-hmm. And she had me do my own handwriting, and that's tattooed. Oh. And then she has a butterfly she's putting on, because that's what's on my headstone. She's having a butterfly, and she has an eagle on there representing her father.
Wow. Well, that's...
Where's the eagle at?
Eagle, everything's usually on her back or her... Oh. I don't know, I forgot to look at her arm. I think she has a new one, but... They say once you start tattooing, you can't stop.
Yeah,
it's like
they
addicting.
say. This guy said.
People like sit in the chair for 9 hours or so, like waiting for it to be done.
Well, did you see what's her name? Your brother's daughter. Did she have a lot of tattoos? Because somebody said she had tattoos when she came back. Your brother's daughter.
I never seen Melissa with tattoos. No.
Oh, okay.
So. What is your? Did we ever answer your question?
Yeah.
About
what do you feel about?
What do you?
Well,
what would you do?
let me rephrase a little bit. What if your daughter came home with a boy that you really, really didn't like, but she really loves him, and then you can give her the ultimatum: either it's him or us, and you know what the answer is going to be because she's going to take him, and she does move out of the house.
Oh God!
Out of state.
Oh, I don't know if I can give an ultimatum.
I don't think I could either.
Ooh, that's a twist.
Unless he beats her up.
No, he's not very good to her. He's very good to her.
You just some way don't like
let's say he respected someone in my family.
That you didn't
really,
like.
really disrespected.
Oh, disrespected.
Disrespected.
Okay.
And it got to be
was it a continued disrespect or just one time?
It just was a really bad outburst that involved the police and everything.
Oh,
not
wow.
No fighting or none, but it's just like there was no control because once he lost his temper, it spiraled. And
temper thing. I would be.
But he's not temper. He's very good with her. Nope.
But you never know. There could be a time where he does. Because anger is a feeling thing.
Yes, we were just talking about this, like if you disrespect your friends. Well, if a girlfriend says, "Well, he doesn't, do that to me," I said, "Eventually, he would." You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean.
I know none of that happening where he disrespected her.
Okay.
And it's more of like, what do you see in him? Like, 'cause I'm angry with him and I had to, I don't know, but anyway, I had to come to the point that it's either me or the family or
him. You did say that.
Yes, and he won.
Wow.
and she moved
You
out of
knew
state.
that, though, didn't you, down deep inside?
I just thought maybe, but that was a choice I made.
Yeah.
So
I personally, if someone like if it was my significant other that did that, we would be done. I don't even care what the situation was, but like
Who would you?
you
be
don't
done
need
with,
to
your
have that
sister?
much anger in you.
Your sister, or you?
No, saying me personally, like
If she was the girlfriend.
if I was a girlfriend,
If she was her daughter.
if I was in that predicament, like I would view it as like that's not okay with me personally.
That
Guy
he did that
or-
to a family
To a
member.
family, to someone, even if it's like a person who's walking down the street and he just lashed out, I would be like, that is not okay.
What?
You know what? I don't think anybody could say that, because if that did happen to you and you really fall in love, right now you would say that. Oh, absolutely. But when you would be surprised what falling in love can do to somebody. I agree with you, honey. Down deep inside, your family would converse, he would not. But when you are deeply in love, you don't know what you would do.
Okay, this is
and
grandma
then
and granddaughter talking. Yes.
It
I get that, and I understand that, 'cause
absolutely
it can be different.
changes you.
Yes.
I get that. And
I mean,
I've
don't
never
forget,
experienced it, so I
family
get
love
that.
and love for your husband or whatever, that's totally two different loves.
But that's boyfriend, not husband, right?
right.
But still, I mean, she's
know
in love
that.
with him.
I
Maybe
know.
eventually that
well, they're
is,
engaged now.
yeah.
Well, how long were they dating before this happened?
Well, I would say probably a good 3-4 years.
And then it happened, the
Yeah, it
disrespecting
just-
incident?
Gradual,
It's like
wow.
it's like learning about somebody, their true meaning. Like I could be nice to you, I could be laughing all the time, and then one day you happen to see me being where I was
Yeah.
in one of those down moods, and you go, God, I never seen that side of her.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those. And then two, if you're truly in love with this person, and just say I'm the one that has to fight with them, not you, the guy you love,
Yeah,
and I had to fight with him. Was it my fault that I brought this out on him? Was it she doesn't see this side of him. I seen this side of him.
Okay. Do you think it's because she doesn't want to see it, or she's used to it, or you think he just doesn't show it? He just kind of had a moment.
He is a down. I mean, he's a very
Yeah.
quiet person.
Maybe it
We're
was
going
just
back
something.
to that. Now again,
It could have been just a thing.
she loves him. And to me, this is just my philosophy. Who am I to say what's right and wrong with anybody? And what made me do that is one time this girl was dating this guy and she says, I got to get rid of him. I really don't love with him. And the mother says, oh my gosh, he's wonderful. He's so good. He's loving. They got married. He used to beat the shit out of her. So who is to say what is right and wrong?
Right.
And it's my point that maybe I loved him. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
one story when I was a young girl. I had heard that and I thought, who was I to say to tell
So you're
somebody?
saying that so you're saying the mother should have never meddled because she
Right. So now this girl ended up marrying
Marrying
because
him.
maybe my mom is right. I don't know, and she's so much. And here, that's what happened. So you don't.
Yeah, but don't you
who are
think you
we
have to be
say?
a pretty weak person to marry somebody because your mom said that?
No, well, maybe she did love him and blah blah.
Yeah.
But she just wanted to maybe date and see for sure if that was the right one.
Right.
That was one story that very stuck with me, and I always thought to myself, who am I to say what's right and wrong for someone?
Right. That's true.
Because-
That's a story that would I get that.
Can I go back to your one statement that we were talking about so you brought up how
Love is so different.
love can be different, and I get that, and I've never experienced it, so I really can't have a lot of input on it.
Okay, so this is granddaughter, grandma talking.
Right, because you've never truly been in love.
I've never
Right.
truly been in love yet. However,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
However,
I have a characteristic in me that I feel won't change, and I'm very protective of my family specifically. And I feel like if someone ever threatened me, I don't care who I'm in love with, who the person is. I don't care if we're dating 2 weeks or we've been together for 2 years. I'm the type of person like family is everything to me. And it's like if someone attacks my family in some way, I'm not okay with that. So I don't know. That's just what I wanted my input on that is that I understand love changes a lot of things. But I think I think seeing things and seeing how friends have loved and like something happens and like seeing their devastation over it. I don't know. I think at least personally I've learned like to see both sides, but I'm sorry if you touch my family, if you hurt my family, if you do anything.
Well,
I'm very protective.
You stick to that, but I stand by what I said.
Oh, that's fine.
Grandma.
Cool. Well, and I agree with her, and I understand that, but just me personally, and there's a lot of people that do that, but me personally, like, and then vice versa. If my family members did something to my significant other, I'm gonna be protective of them and be like, whoa, this needs to stop.
Okay, now you just said that.
Yeah.
So now, if you're in love, you're going to be protected of him. And what if your mom goes against that? Are you going to be protected of him?
Yeah, because I know. I'm sorry, not even just family. People that I truly love, I will be protective, but I want to see what's actually like occurring in that moment. If he's attacking my family, I'm sorry, I'm siding with my family.
So you're going to start with your family before him.
Even if you're dating him for 3 years?
Even if I'm dating him for 3 years, I will side, because I see that wrongdoing. I will. I know I will. And there may be times where, I'm still going to be iffy on it, but like, even in general, if he wasn't even my boyfriend, it was like something else, like I will side with whoever is whoever is being victimized in it. I don't, and then vice versa. If my family was attacking him for some reason, I definitely would stand up for. I'm the person that stands up for him. The weakly. Yeah,
she kind of stands up for the underdog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So that's just my perception. People are like that. People are not like that. People are going to go with the person they love, and then you just kind of see where the situation
I agree with you
on
that.
Crumble,
that's very true.
So what is the solution? What's going on?
Well, the solution is you lose your daughter.
Okay.
And you don't see her.
So now how do you feel?
Well, now that has been a year or so this has happened.
Yeah.
And now it's back to where they want to come back home. Not to come back to stay home, but to come visit.
Uh-huh.
Now I have to open my house not just to her, but to him.
Yeah.
And I decided to open up to him too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
you have to.
And that's the thing is, you know, where do you draw the line? You either, because there's a lot of people told me I'm crazy for doing that.
Don't listen to them.
You know what? You'd have
do
to
what your heart says.
Yeah. You have to trust your daughter at some point that she's making the right decision.
Absolutely.
But also know your precautions too.
And you
have that wall up, and you're like, you're entering in my home. You abide by my rules, and if these rules are broken,
Did you roll?
Well, it was a given that he would not.
Yeah.
We got along. We had fun.
That's, but you do. I mean, and I shouldn't say that, some girls will stay and take whatever, but you have to trust that, and you have to trust the process, and just say.
No, but you have to trust your daughter too.
Yes, I mean, some daughters won't be strong, and they will take crap from boyfriends.
Oh, yeah.
And some daughters won't.
It, yeah.
So, you've got, but you have to, your daughter. And your daughter, too, if something was wrong, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it all worked out. But
we all have to,
It's like a second chance in a way. It's,
yeah.
If you're going to be changing this way, like, then I'm willing to accept who you are now. Maybe that was just a fluke in the moment, but if it's a continuation of a behavior.
Have you ever had a conversation with him about the incident?
No. I mean, my thinking is that you don't look back. Like I just heard her say, you don't look in a rearview mirror and go forward.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Yeah.
I just try to go
I agree
forward.
with you.
I think if the situation though continued, you would have to go back into it. But I think it's a one and done deal. I don't think there's any harm in not going back and like looking at the situation and changing.
She's living out where she's living.
And she's doing a good job.
And she's doing good. She's got a good job, and he's working, and they're making a go of it.
They're working together. They're pulling together. I'm with you.
And if you need a wedding planner, you could go. Call 1-800.
I don't know what weddings
planning.
are in my family.
Yeah, 1-800.
Yeah, that's a tough. Did it only happen one time? I have to ask that again.
It happened more than once. Then
it has happened
it was
more
like
than
3
once.
strikes and you're out. And that was my
and the third was okay.
Yes, and I had to stick to my guns because I said it twice already.
That's true.
I thought it was just one time.
And I knew that when I said this is it, and you've got so much time and you're out, that I knew that she'd be following him, and then I had it was hard.
God.
All the way around. So
Carol, my heart breaks for you.
That's what I was gonna say is that like for Carly,
yeah.
And it's like, I'm not saying that because you're young or whatever, but life changes your patterns so much. Different things like the loss of my husband. I wouldn't say it was a bad thing. I mean, it was a bad thing, but it didn't change me to be a hard-hearted person or not to fall in love again.
Right.
But it makes me different than what I am. My daughter miscarrying a baby, that made me different.
Right.
Everything's different. So life, and I think that when your kids make a mistake and do something you don't want them to do, it's by far not your choice, but it's something you have to either be strong with them or be weak with yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the simplest way to say it.
What do you mean by weak with yourself?
Well, if they're doing something that you don't like, it's either you're not gonna like it and you're gonna push them out of your life. Or
So what is
weak
that?
by yourself because they're gonna be gone and then you'll just be by yourself with nothing. So
So do you think it takes strength to push them away or weakness
it takes strength.
to push them
Oh
away?
yes.
It's a tough thing.
Okay, so if you're pushing them away, how is that helping them?
Because you're not standing for what is hurting you.
Oh, okay. But you would rather than, I mean, I know it's better now, but you would rather live without her than to deal with him.
My choice would be to live with her, but not with the way he's going to treat me. And so I had to go down that road of dividing.
Okay. That said, with you standing your ground, and now she's returned and everything is okay, do you think he's learned from what he did in the past?
I haven't talked to him, but my gut feeling tells me he didn't. He's going to be who he is for the rest of his life. And not that he's mean or doing anything bad. He's always thanking me and very respectful to me now. But I believe if I push that button would go.
Really?
Yes.
Push his button.
Yes.
I know this may be personal, but it's just like, I'm in psychology, so like, it's just like a psychological question. Is he getting help for his anger at all? Do you know?
I don't think so, no. I don't think he believes he has anger. See, if you knew him...
Is anything you need to
If you knew him, he's a peace-loving
person.
person. He loves poetry. He loves peace.
Oh.
And he's that kind of... He's a flower child that bloomed too late or something. I don't know. But he's different.
When he's... Okay, so not that I want to talk about him because it's not fair to them, but...
Just talk in general.
Yeah, is he quiet? Is he quiet generally?
He's very quiet. Yeah, he loves to read and keep within himself.
Okay, so then once the ignite goes... Okay.
And then he's 20. I think he's 27 years old, and you would think that
he's 27.
Yeah, because my
how
daughter's 25. Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Where this time? I'm thinking she's 21. I thought, boy, he's quite a bit older. Wow.
But he's like watching him is like seeing a child noticing a dog for the first time, or just like, this is a salad. Oh my God, what's in this?
Oh, he'll say stuff like
he's
that.
Like and he even says to himself, I'm like a newborn child. I look at life through just beautiful.
Oh, so he's really earthy. Okay, I see.
Okay. Child. Is his mom and dad both still living?
His mom and his dad. I don't know where he is. His dad. He's with his stepdad.
Is he from?
From Florida.
He has a stepfather.
Yeah.
How old was he when the stepfather moved in?
Oh, I don't know, but his stepfather's retired service military.
I know now. My husband's brother, and they raised their kids, yes sir, no sir, and he still says that, yes sir, no sir.
Yeah.
They are raised very differently than children.
Okay, so let's go back to the subject of you just gotta. You just have to try your best. Go with your heart.
Holidays too. I think you need to let it. And say your opinion after you can. I think I'm more willing to say my opinion to like my brother or sister, like if I don't like the person, but I wouldn't do it in front of the person's face.
No,
I would kind of sit down and talk. Like, these are the things I saw in him or her. Do with it what you will, but this is just these are my cautions.
Because you think the sibling should maybe say something.
I think it's easier. Well, not everyone has siblings, but I think it's easier if a sibling does say it. I may be a little more forward to my siblings about it.
Yeah.
But I just want them to know it's coming from a good place. These are the things I saw in him or her that I did not particularly like. I don't know if they do that to you, but this is what they're doing to your family in a way.
Yeah.
So what are you wanting to work from here on? Like, because there's going to be a problem. I'm just letting you know there will be a problem if this this
Oh,
That's a good idea. So have an open,
fix.
yeah.
Have open communication. That's the biggest thing to have. I would never try, this person did this person did that. You need to sit down and actually.
Could you sit down with your daughter and the boyfriend?
No, I would not do that. I wouldn't do that. Because then it then perceives as he's getting attacked.
Him,
Even though the wordage may not be coming as attacking, they can perceive it as an attack. And well, I'm coming at you now. Well, this is what you did to me. This they me bringing up stuff that they saw on you, which they did not like.
Do you think they should sit down with both of them or just with one?
Who should sit down?
Would sit down with the boyfriend and daughter?
I don't think so. What I did for myself is I talked to myself first and try to think, how can I get rid of him? Well, how would I be able to get rid of him? This is just me on my own.
Yes.
Right.
How can I get rid of him? And then I reverse it to myself. How can I learn to love him? And that's
Carol.
If my daughter can
Gotta
love
make
him,
a list.
maybe I can love him. And
That's huge.
But did you think of sitting down with both of them or with her to explain
I
your
don't
feelings?
think there would be no. I mean, I know that especially maybe now I could maybe sit down with him and talk, but I just don't think him and I see eye to eye on life. And so what it's like politics. You never come to an end with it.
Yeah.
Something like that there.
Yeah, but did you ever tell your daughter your feelings and that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, so the two of you have talked about
Yeah, oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's
But
a
she
tough
sees him through loving eyes. I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want more for you, my daughter.
Yeah, we
You
do.
do.
Yeah.
You do. You want
Yeah.
what's best.
Yeah.
And like I said, I talk to myself too and say that maybe he gives her more than I can ever see.
Yeah, or you
Yeah,
just
I
don't
agree.
understand.
Yeah.
And you don't know what happens behind closed doors.
I am another
So
believer in that.
you gotta hope.
Yeah, yeah.
And so many do people though see what they're wanting to see in the person, and they're not really viewing them as in a whole picture.
Yeah.
Like they're the saying of the house or the glass half full or whatever.
Yeah.
Empty or whatever. Because I'm not saying that you personally are doing that, but I think people right away will have a opinion on someone before they even walk in through some of the characters that the person may have said before, and then they're just seeing those things in the person. They're not picking up on anything else.
Yeah.
And I feel like if people keep doing that, that's where it could cause problems. But if someone's more just open to it, they see that there's these problems that they have, but I'm willing to see what else they have to offer. I feel like that's kind of a good mixture.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to
He
do that.
compliments your salad, Carol.
No,
she
I
just
know it was
uses
at a
everything.
I
restaurant.
know. I'm kidding. But my thing, one last thing is, has your daughter changed since she's known him?
No.
See,
And it's a good sign, I think.
It's a
Oh,
good
yeah,
sign.
very
Oh,
good
yeah,
sign.
she's-
Oh,
So if she
she's
does
got a
herself, I
good
think
head,
that's
strong
yeah.
head.
Like right now, she's looking into buying a house.
Wow.
She's working
Yeah.
on. She's doing all the paper and the footwork to get it done and everything.
Yeah.
And she's smart in a lot of things. She called me last
Yes.
night and told me that there's somebody called her and they hooked her up with some credit people.
Yeah.
And it would cost $14. I said, I don't know, I wouldn't go with that. And it's $89 from then on.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know, I don't like that. She right away she said she thought about it and she got on the phone. She canceled everything and she's.
Well, it's
made
good
sure
that she thought about it.
Yeah.
And it's
She
good.
didn't take your
I mean,
word either.
the main thing is she hasn't changed. For me,
Yes.
that would be a signal. If she changed,
Yes.
she came very quiet inward or whatever.
Yes.
But since she's
Yeah.
herself, that would be a huge thing for me.
Yeah. I never
So,
thought of that
I
that
don't
way.
know.
But
Because you want to
absolutely
compliment
true.
each other in a relationship.
Yeah.
You tear
Yeah.
each other's
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
All right. We would ask that you review, rate us, and leave us your comments, please. We want to hear your side and what you think about all this. What would you do?
And give us ideas for one of our another podcasts from them.
Yes, and if we want any topics discussed, please let us know, and we are open to any topics. There is no what do you call it?
Boundaries?
No boundaries. No boundaries here with the relatives. We are the relatives. And Carly, it was so
Thank
great.
you, Carly.